Hey guys, how's it going? This is Chappie over at Intense, and for today's edition of Tech Tutorial Videos, we're going to go over post-ride checks. We want to wipe the entire bike down. We will torque the important features of the bike. We want to go ahead and drop chain down into the smallest gear of the rear cassette. That will just make things a little more simple when we go to reinstall. Then we'll move over to our front wheel. As we're wiping the bike down, you definitely want to use a bike-specific cleaner. We want to make sure we keep the brake pads free from any of the cleaning products, as well as the rotors. Just kind of moisten the towel, just give everything a good wipe down. When we're looking at the pads, essentially what we're looking for is a minimum of 50% material left on those pads. You know, the more material on those brake pads, the better lever feel you have, the more consistent the braking will feel. And we'll go ahead and retorque all these bolts. So these clamps in particular use a 4mm. So again, if you have questions on the torque values of our clamps, please refer to your user manual. So again, everything should be all ready to torque. But if they're not, this is the time you will catch it. Ensure that our derailleur itself is tight. It's good to go there. Go ahead, wipe the hub down, make sure all the spokes are intact, your hub end caps are in place. We want to set the torque value on our rotor bolts. In a star pattern, we're going to go ahead and we're going to retorque each one of these bolts just to make sure that we don't have any issues when we go to hit the trail. We'll do the same thing with our rear wheel. So again, taking our microfiber with our cleaner on it, wiping the tire and the rim down. Taking care definitely to not get any type of cleaning material on our, obviously, brake pads and our brake rotors. So we'll go ahead and take our rear wheel. And we'll come back with our torque wrench. Set to our torque value here, in particular the rear axle is 11 Newton meters. You can also refer to the user manual for any torque values listed for the bike, and then for each of the individual components, the user manual for those components will be located in that accessory box as well. Torque that. Everything looks good and smooth there. Shifting good. Take our 5mm Allen and our front wheel. Grab our torque wrench, torque that, and then finally, we're going to go ahead and torque these pinch bolts. We'll give the front a quick spin. No rotor pad rub. Everything looks to be in awesome shape. We're going to move on to one of the final steps, and that is lubing the chain. Typically, I like to have the chain in the middle range of the cassette. We'll just take the tip of our chain lube, rest it just above the chain, and with a steady pressure, lay a little stream of chain lube down. We're going to take our dirty rag, then we're going to apply some upward pressure on the bottom of the chain only. So the goal here is to let the chain roll across that towel, and that will engage each one of those rollers and pins. And the reason we do this is this will help draw the chain lube within those pins and rollers, and this will effectively lube the chain as best as we possibly can. And it'll also help to eliminate some of the contaminants that lies between them. We'll go ahead and wipe the excess off. Run through our spokes real quick. What we'll be looking for here is anything abnormally loose or anything abnormally tight. Make sure the headset's tight. Probably one of the most simple and effective ways to check that is one, hold the front brake, give the bike a rock with the bars turned, put your fingers on that stem cap, and if you feel movement, your headset's loose, and I would definitely recommend tighten that. In this case, we are good to go here. Until the next time, let's go ride.